Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Daryl, and to our guests out there.
We are delighted you are here to join us for our first virtual jazz event celebrating the West Palm Beach Center for Arts and Technology. We have assembled an exciting mix of jazz for tonight's presentation, which includes straight ahead, big band, Latin jazz, traditional jazz, and of course the blues, performed by some of the finest local, national, and international artists. The highlights of the evening will be performances by students of an affiliate organization, the Buffalo Center for Arts and Technology, whose students are fondly referred to as the BCAT kids, and the Smithsonian Jazz Masterworks Orchestra, featuring vocalist Kurt Elling.
As importantly, we want to share with you how this fits into our exciting plans for WestPalmCAT, which offers youth development through the arts for high school youth and targeted career training for unemployed adults, focused on the historic Northwest District of the city of West Palm Beach. You will hear from our board chair, former Mayor Jeri Muoio, our current mayor, Keith James, as well as Bill Strickland, McArthur Genius Award winning founder of the Centers of Arts and Technology, or CATs, as they are called. We also have a youth who participated in our summer program to tell you a few things about his experience.
Tonight, we are fortunate to have the lovely songstress Nicole Henry serve as MC for this event. Nicole is a multi-award-winning jazz singer whose career has so far produced 7 CDs and allowed her to tour worldwide. She's also won a Soul Train Award for Best Traditional Jazz Performance. So let's get this virtual concert started with a song from Nicole Henry.
Birds flying high, you know what I feel. Sun in the sky, you know what I feel. Breeze drifting by, you know what I feel. It's a new dawn, a new day, a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly in the sun, you know what I mean. Butterflies having fun, you know what I mean. To sleep in peace when day is done. It's a new world, a bold world, a new life for me. And I'm feeling scent of the pine, you know what I feel. Freedom is mine. It's a new world, a bold world, a new life for me. Oh, it's a new dawn, a new day, a new life for me. Oh, it's a new dawn, a new day, a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. A new dawn, a new day, a new life. And I'm feeling, yes, I'm feeling
I am thrilled to be a part of this wonderful evening with the WestPalmCAT and to introduce these amazing musicians. South Florida is my adopted home, and of course, I love it. And I would love to do whatever I can for the well-being of my neighbors. So when I heard about this project, youth development through the arts for high school students, and career training in some of the rapidly growing fields here in West Palm Beach, like culinary arts, hospitality, horticulture, and agriculture, I thought, absolutely, I want to be a part of this. So here I am, honored to be asked to serve as MC. But before I start introducing these talented musicians, I'd like to introduce Jeri Muoio, former mayor of West Palm Beach and now chair of the board of the WestPalmCAT.
Thank you. I am pleased to be here with you this evening for an amazing jazz event. I want to say a special thank you to all who have worked so hard to produce this evening's event. Thank you. Many of us remember back in 2008 when Bill Strickland spoke at an event here in West Palm Beach. He shared with us the story of the Manchester Bidwell Center and his journey to make the impossible possible. Many of us were deeply inspired and began talking about how we could bring such a center here to West Palm Beach. After talking with stakeholders and industry leaders and conducting a formal feasibility study, and with the help and support of the West Palm Beach CRA, we began our work to accomplish the vision of a West Palm Beach Center for Arts and Technology. Much has been accomplished since then, but much needs to be done. I will be speaking with Bill in a few minutes about his journey and his vision for the future of the WestPalmCAT. But before that, it is my pleasure to welcome current Mayor Keith James.
As mayor of the city of West Palm Beach, I am proud to have the West Palm Beach Center for Arts and Technology in our city because it helps open the doors to so much opportunity for our residents. In West Palm Beach, we are working to make our city a community of opportunity for all, wherein anyone in our city can realize their dreams. The education, job training, mentorships, and employment services offered by WestPalmCAT help get our city one step closer toward realizing this vision. The WestPalmCAT is a Manchester Bidwell Center affiliate, which is tremendous for our city. The city of West Palm Beach, and particularly the historic Northwest neighborhood, have such a bright future. The WestPalmCAT makes that future even brighter. The center is having a powerful and positive impact on people's lives in our city.
Thank you, Mayor James. We are thrilled by the support and commitment of the city as we move forward to build this Center for Arts and Technology. I am now delighted to introduce you to Bill Strickland, founder of the Manchester Bidwell Center in Pittsburgh. Bill, there are a lot of people out here who would love to know more about the role jazz has played in your life.
My connection with jazz is very personal. My ceramics teacher at Oliver High School used to bring in jazz albums, and I realized that the music had a very profound effect. So I associated positive feelings with the positive music that jazz contributed to my way of looking at the world.
Tell us a little bit about how you have expanded the Manchester Bidwell model, both nationally and internationally.
There are two important moments in my life in that regard. One was a fellow named Jeff Skull, who built a company called eBay. I sat with Jeff, and he started drawing out these circles on this napkin. I said, "What are these circles?" He said, "Oh, these are the centers that you're going to build." The other is a fellow named Steve Serowitz. Turned out to be a person that heard me speak. Steve came out of the audience. He said, "I am working on a technology company, and if I ever get any money, I'm going to give you some of it." But 6 years almost to the day, he called me up, and he said, "Oh, by the way, I got the money." So he built two centers, a $17 million center in Chicago and a highly successful center in northern Israel.
What role do local and regional industries play in the development of these centers for arts and technology?
We started off with talking with the employers before we started teaching the students. When the students are done with their training, they are a exact fit, and it turned out to be very, very successful.
Why do you think a Center for Arts and Technology in West Palm Beach will succeed?
You are, my beloved mayor, a big part of the reason that the center is going to work. We are very blessed to have a continuation of this tradition with the current mayor. We're very grateful for the work that he's doing, and this has saved us a lot of time, and you have been able to attract similar leaders like yourself, and that leadership team is going to make West Palm one of the premier training sites.
One last question. What role does the local community play in making sure the Center for Art and Technology is a success?
It's critical because the plan is that we use the center as a way of revitalizing and recaptivating the spirit of a community. And jazz has played an historical role in the revitalization of Black communities everywhere in this country. So I'm very excited to see that dimension included in our center in West Palm for that reason.
Your words are so inspiring, Bill. We are really excited to see your vision come alive at the WestPalmCAT.
Thank you.
Now, we have the pleasure of hearing music performed by a group of young people called BCAT Kids, who attended the Performing Arts program at the Buffalo Center for Arts and Technology. And oh, by the way, Buffalo's my hometown. And you know, they have made a career of music. And some of them have gone on to become professional recording artists or who accompany professional artists themselves. Featured tonight are Soraya Indeu, Declan Myers, and Blaze Miranda Mercedes.
Yesterday, just a photograph of yesterday, and all its edges faulted, and the corners faded sepia brown, and yet it's all I have of our past love, a postscript to its ending. Brighter days, I can see such brighter days, when every song we sang is sung again, and now we know this time it's for good, and we are lovers once again, and you're near me. I can remember the rain and December, the leaves of brown on the ground. In Spain, I did love and adore you. Nights filled with joy for our yesterdays, and tomorrow will bring you near me. I can recall my desire. It's on fire, and I can picture all my yesterdays. Yesterday, I can see that's when love. Spain again.
So cool hearing from the BCAT kids, and of course, just beautiful hearing from Bill and Jeri. Now we'd like to play a piece by Christian Tamburr. Christian is an internationally renowned vibraphonist, pianist, composer, and arranger with touring and performances in over 67 countries around the world. He leads the critically acclaimed Christian Tamburr Quintet, which regularly performs at the Lincoln Center, the Kennedy Center, Newport Jazz Festival, and venues throughout Asia, Europe, and the UAE. a beautiful and swinging piece by Christian Tamburr. It is now my pleasure to introduce Selwyn Birchwood, who will play a couple tunes for us. This young guitar and lap steel player calls his original music electric swamp funk and blues, defined by raw and soulful musicianship played with fire and brimstone fervor. Wall Street Journal describes Birchwood as a skilled, energetic, and original artist. His songwriting is observant, clever, and pointed. His guitar fluency generates new licks and rhythmic surprises. Expectations have been set high for Mr. Birchwood, and he lives up to them.
I've always been a loner, but never liked being alone. I've always been a loner, but never liked being alone. Seems like everywhere I go, I'm half right or half wrong. They won't put you in a box, so you'll be square like them. Lord, they wanna put you in a box, baby, so you'll be square like them. I'm trying to be myself, I'm not just trying to fit in. I am searching for my tribe. Till I complete my quest. Lord, I can't take no rest, baby, till I complete my quest. To write my own destiny, not one that others manifest.
Electric swamp funk and blues, indeed. Thanks, Selwyn Birchwood, for a great performance. Before we move to our next performers, I'd like to welcome one of our two presenting sponsors of this evening of jazz, Cooper Construction. Here's Veronica Cooper, Vice President of Cooper Construction.
At Cooper Construction Management, we embrace the philosophy that each one must teach one. And so we are honored today to support the new West Palm Beach Center for Arts and Technology, whose mission it is to offer high school students mentorship opportunities in the arts and life-changing career training for adults right here in West Palm Beach. We wish you great success in your future programming and in your inaugural kickoff event with many talented musicians sharing their gift of jazz.
Such inspiring words. Thank you, Veronica. Now it is my pleasure to introduce J.R. Apollon. Jean René, known as J.R., began singing and playing trumpet in R&B groups and churches throughout the New York and tri-state area in the late 70s. He soon realized he could uplift spirits and refresh souls with jazz music. Thus, the Spirit and Soul Jazz Band was born. After earning a degree from Columbia University, he moved to Florida to sharpen his craft. What fantastic musicianship, JR. Thank you very much. Now we turn to a local hero. Susan Merritt is well known and loved in West Palm Beach. Since 1993, she has been either playing or organizing performances by others, including founding the nonprofit Jazz Arts Music Society. Tonight, she is playing with Bill Mays, who has worked with jazz legends Benny Golson, Frank Sinatra, Sarah Vaughan, and many more. A prolific composer and arranger, Mays has written extended suites for bass, flute, Winwood septet, and pieces for big band and orchestra. Susan, Bill, and Marty, that was a beautiful performance. Thank you so much. We're going to take a pause here to spend a few minutes showing you a bit more about the WestPalmCAT.
The West Palm Beach Center for Arts and Technology is an addition to the historic Northwest District of West Palm Beach.
The historic Northwest District was one of South Florida's earliest African American settlements. In 1992, it was placed on the National Register of Historic Places. From the 1920s to the 1960s, the legally enforced segregated Northwest became a vibrant economic, social, and cultural mecca for Blacks of all income levels, with Black firsts and business owners like Dr. T. Leroy Jefferson, midwife Mildred Gildersleeve, Fire Chief James Carman, first Black architect Hazel Augustus, Black Deputy Sheriff Cornelius Richardson Jr., and many, many more.
There was everything we needed in that corridor. 70s and the 80s brought about some definite changes of squander. And as a result of that, the only thing that was left was the Grand Theater and the Sunset. And it was a time when we had nowhere to go. WestPalmCAT will provide the renaissance for the historic Northwest community as well as the total West Palm Beach community.
As mayor, I listened to many community residents in the Northwest District. The idea of a Center for Arts and Technology that would focus on youth development through the arts for high school students and targeted career training for unemployed and underemployed adults seemed to fit perfectly in the long-term visioning of the community.
We can change the destiny of our country, for sure. And all these liabilities called poor people can be converted into assets. What is required is hope, celebration, and the spirit of creativity.
I decided to join the summer program because I wanted to learn more about art. I like the teachers. They were nice and they were very helpful.
We worked with the architects at Spina and O'Rourke to get some conceptual drawings for our future Center for Arts and Technology. The goal being to adhere to the principles of the Manchester Bidwell model, light-filled and architecturally distinctive space.
With transformative projects like the restoration of the Sunset Lounge, the Styx Promenade, the Heart and Soul Park, and now the West Palm Beach CAT,
The historic Northwest will continue its legacy of excellence, progression, entrepreneurship, and resilience to generations to come.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. Yes. And cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudel, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Oh, yes. And little girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that fall on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. So when the dog bites, when that bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. I don't feel so sneakers on kittens and bright copper kettles and warm mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. Now these are just a few of my favorite things. Little girls in white dresses, blue satin sashes, snowflakes that fall on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters melting into spring. Well, these are a few of my favorite things. So when the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling bad, I just think about my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Thank you, Nicole. That was fantastic. And I hope you've enjoyed learning more about the WestPalmCAT. While we are delighted to offer this program at no charge, thanks to our very generous sponsors, we welcome any donations you might want to give to help us as we develop these art programs for youth and career training for adults. Contributions can easily be made by visiting our website, wpbcat.org, or by using text to give. Just follow the directions on the screen. And speaking of sponsors, I'd like to thank our second presenting sponsor, Elizabeth and David Weatherall. I would also like to invite our third sponsor, Florida Power and Light, to say a few words.
I'm Don Kieslewski. FPL is proud to be part of tonight's event and show our support to the West Palm Beach Center for Arts and Technology as it embarks on its noble mission to prepare adults and students to achieve success.
I definitely look forward to making my recurring donation to this wonderful cause. Thank you so much, Jeri, for reminding us that we can contribute to the WestPalmCAT and how easy it is, either by visiting the website or going through text to give. So now let's sit back and relax and maybe grab our favorite beverage and listen for the next half hour to a variety of music that we have lined up for you. Some artists you've heard from already tonight, but we also have a couple of wonderful additions. First, the Smithsonian Jazz Masterworks Orchestra featuring Kurt Elling. Founded in 1990, the SJMO presents concerts featuring transcribed works, new arrangements, commissioned works, and programs that illuminate jazz masters who have contributed to the development of American jazz. Kurt Elling has been nominated for 10 Grammy Awards, winning for Best Vocal Jazz Album, and he often leads Downbeat Magazine's Critics Poll. Also new this evening is Longenu Parsons. Parsons has been hailed by critics internationally as being one of the world's finest trumpet players. A protege of the great cornetist Nat Adderley, Longenu is a multi-instrumentalist performing on trumpet, flugelhorn, African recorder, flute, multiple percussions, and vocals. Please enjoy this next segment with me of uninterrupted music.
bless your soul. You really think that you are in control, babe. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. And I think you're crazy. Just like
trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me, yes, and for you. And I think to myself, whoa, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright, blessed day, and dark, sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, the colors of the rainbow, so very pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? What they're really saying, oh, is I love you. wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful
A boy, a certain strange enchanted boy. Say he traveled very far over land and sea, a little shy and said goodbye, but very wise was he. Then one day, one magic day, he came my way, and as we spoke of many things, of foes and kings, this he said to me: the greatest joy you will ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. That's Mr. Matt Neese. Da 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 split it really together. Da da yo bo ba do yo bo ba do yo bo bo ba fa 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 da da. Da da yo fa da yo fa da yo fa ba do yo bo ba do da do. Fla fa 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 yes you better do you better do you but da 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 da. Look at la da, ah, la da, ah, la da, ah, la da, ah, la da. Fa fa ba da da ba ba da 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 ba 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 da da ba da 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 ba da 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 say da 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 ba oh baby da 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 oh baby da 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 da. There was a boy, a certain strange enchanted boy. They say he traveled very far over land and sea. A little shy and said hi, but very wise was he. And then one day, when midnight came my way, as we spoke of many things, of fools and kings, this he said to me, the greatest joy you will never learn is just to love and bear and in
can only give you love that lasts forever, and a promise to be near each time you call. And the only heart I own is for you and you alone. That's all. That's all. And I can only give you country walks in springtime, and my hand to hold when leaves begin to fall, and a love whose burning light will warm your winter's night. That's all. Oh yes, that's all. See, I am sure there are those who've told you they might give you this world for toy, but all I have are my arms to enfold you, and my love that time won't destroy. So if you're wondering what I'm asking in return, dear, you'll be glad to know that my demands are small. Say it's me that you adore from now and evermore. That's all. Oh yes, that's all. song. All I want in this world is to share my love. And all I want in this world is for all the love to come together as one. And that's all.
Wow, what a great performance. And I hope that you've learned something about WestPalmCAT. We want to thank Nicole Henry for serving as our Mistress of Ceremonies and our sponsors for making this happen, both those who underwrote the program financially and those who gave in-kind support by publicizing the event. We couldn't have done it without you. And as if our sponsors haven't been generous enough, we just found out attorney Barbara Grady and Great Light Holdings LLC is going to match any donation up to $5,000. You can donate now by visiting our website, wpbcat.org, or using text to give. Just follow the instructions. Or you can contact our interim director, PJ Lang, at 561-632-8122 or pj@pjlassociates.com to see how you can get involved. This is the beginning of events we plan to bring to you. And next time we look forward to doing this in person, live.
How fantastic that we have a match donor for all of our contributions tonight, so that our support, your support and mine, will go twice as far. Thank you all for participating. It's been a real pleasure to be with you.